Okay, so hi, I'm Armando and I'm gonna talk a little bit about my activity 10. And the selected character is Steve Jobs. And to start, it's important to mention that Steve Jobs was an iconic American entrepreneur and inventor who co-founded Apple, which nowadays is one of the most influential and valuable technology companies in the world, who was born on February 24 in San Francisco, California, playing a pivotal role in revolutionizing the personal computer, consumer electronics, and mobile industries. So it is well meant to mention that during the Steve Jobs tenure, the technology sector was characterized by the fierce competition and quick innovation. It covered a range of industries, including mobile technology, consumer electronics, software, and personal computers. Also, during Steve Jobs' tenure, the technology sector grew remarkably. The launch of game-changing devices like the Macintosh, iPad, iPhone, and iPad helped the market grow and give rise to new product categories. It is important to mention that the competition for market dominance in the technology sector was fierce, with many enterprises involved, and particularly in the world of operating systems and software applications, Microsoft was a major rival of Apple. Also, in the Steve Jobs period, the technology sector was subject to a number of political and legal restrictions. Patent laws and intellectual property rights all contributed significantly to the protection of cutting-edge innovations and to the maintenance of fair competition. Antitrust laws also had an impact on the sector, especially where they were dominating market positions. And about the last point, product differentiation was a key component of rivalry, in where Steve Jobs emphasized the value of producing goods with a unique design, approachable user interface, and seamless hardware and software integration. So, about the organization's characteristics, Apple was a modest business that saw significant growth under Jobs' direction. The business increased both its employee base and its offering of products, growing to become one of the biggest and most valuable technological business in the world, as I said. At the age of just 21, Steve Jobs assumed control of Apple and its co-founder and chairman in 1976. He oversaw Apple through several stages over the years, including the early success of Apple II and the difficulty time in the 1980s when he wasn't around. On the other hand, Apple always promoted a specific organizational culture that was special. In all facets of Apple business, Jobs emphasized the value of perfection, simplicity, and a strict attention to detail. He pushed for a culture of innovation and demanded the best in user experience, software integration, and product design. To end this part, it is interesting to mention that Steve Jobs was renowned for his participative management style and involvement in many facets of Apple business. He had a significant impact on the company's overall strategic direction, design choices, and product development, where Jobs promoted a collaborative environment in which workers from all disciplines cooperated closely to produce groundbreaking goods. So to finish this video, it is key to mention that for his great level of tolerance, Steve Jobs was renowned. He flourished in situations requiring disruptive thinking and innovation where the future was unknown. Even in the face of uncertainty, he felt confident taking changes and choosing the unconventional course. Also was devoted to Apple's mission and vision. He was hard driving to realize the company potential and its targeted strategic goals. And Jobs was committed to making Apple a prestigious and prominent technology business and had a long-term outlook. Also, he was frequently characterized for having both charismatic and challenging interpersonal abilities. He was known for being a confident and assertive communicator who spoke his ideas with fervor and conviction. And as well, he had extraordinarily lofty aspiration. His motivation came from a desire to provide goods that went above and beyond the norm. He pushed his staff to exceed expectation and establish new benchmarks since he was striving for perfection. Finally, Steve Jobs was renowned for having a high levels of self-assurance and faith in his own talents. He was confident in his judgment and intuition, and he had a clear idea of what he intended to accomplish. Even in the face of doubt or opposition, Jobs had the guts to make risky decisions and stick by them. Thank you very much, and this is all for